What's up, people? How are we doing? What's up? What's up? Ugh. So we had a real nice entry yesterday. Called out to the VIPs for the Euro GBP sale. It flew in a super nice position right now. But yeah, real clean, real clean. I hope everyone's good. What's going on, Kevin? Hope you're good, my dude. Did it get tapped on that yesterday? Yeah, mate. It was so tight. It's ridiculous. This is why I was saying that a zero spread broker is really important, you know. Why the old my funded ain't really cutting it. So I hope you're all good. I had an alert on Euro N yesterday, and the alert went off at 5 a.m. or something stupid, like around here. Yeah, 5 a.m. So it was for price to sweep the highs, as you see here, and then for it to run down into the lows. So you can see that we obviously swept the high here. Now this move here where we took this out, if you look, let me get this over here. If you look, you can see that this is bang on like 10 p.m. So we're not taking that. But it was this move that played out. I thought it was going to come today, but didn't come early hours of the morning. It was a nice move, but spread would never have let you get in there. It's very choppy during these periods. I funded messed account. I funded messed account. I funded messed. Oh, messed up your account. Oh yeah, yeah. That doesn't surprise me, to be fair. What, during that period where they changed brokers like 4 times? Because that was a fucking nightmare. That really was a nightmare. Oh yeah, also we showed you guys this setup yesterday on Euro. Didn't take this again, early hours of the morning. It came back at like 4 a.m. But really nice move there, triggered in really nicely. So we're just looking for this to come lower still. Euro, we didn't sweep any of the highs, we just kept pushing down. So we just keep following it down. Yeah, like 4 times. Yeah, was it 4 times? Yeah, that doesn't even surprise me. Yeah, I've been looking at some other potentials, to be honest. I also had talks today with a broker that could be the provider for the bot accounts, potentially. I see that we've got quite a few people that are signed up to the early access bot list now, so keep on signing up, guys, and you'll get access to it as soon as we release it, as well as updates when we got updates on it. Do you as well? Just keep selling down, as our buyers called. Yesterday we took a BE on GJ, and then I explained how we've come back down again. We started to run high again, and it didn't give us an entry. Now we are back down near that area now. But unless we get a new entry given, we're just going to let that sit. Gold as well, just selling off as we called in our Sunday markup. Notice how we done the same thing here. We spoke about this bullish area yesterday. Price pushed up, took out the liquid high, and then sold off. Literally what we were calling for, right? This is the area we wanted to sell from. Price never came back. Entry was given, but no tap in was confirmed. The same with this move. We wanted the liquid lows to get taken. What's that actually? They got taken. Price action delivered an area for us to go long from. We didn't get a tap back into that area, but that's how it goes. You know, it doesn't. It's not always going to be the exact same. Sometimes it will trigger us in. Sometimes it won't. So be it. What's going on, Nick? Hope you're well. The target's being hit on this. All good? Yeah, all good, man. Nice. I'm glad you're well. Just gonna delete these for now. We don't need those. And we could delete that for now as well. Yeah. Not a huge amount going on. at the moment. But it's the same as every day, right? And like you guys see, we were talking about Euro yesterday. It came up, it took the high, it gave the entry. Now, the entry was actually later on in the afternoon. It was like 3 p.m. We weren't streaming at 3 p.m. But what did it do? Well, it took the liquid lows, liquid highs, sorry. It gave money in, money out scenario. We used the candlestick that provided that move as the point of the market selling down from. Stop above the high. There you go. Simple as that. Simple as that. Same with Euro N. Although we didn't actually trade this, we took the high to the left. We had money in from here all the way up. Then we have money out at that point, using that candle as the point as the market's going to sell down from, using the high as the level where the stop would go, and then target points within this lower area. Ultimately, you'd be aiming for this low here. We didn't get involved. The spread would be too high, and it was like 5 a.m. We're not taking a trade at 5 a.m. Sleeping. Now, if you're lucky enough to have been awake during that time, then that's something that you definitely could have capitalized on if you accounted for the spread increase. Like I've said before, if you know the Keep It Simple series, you will understand fully where your order will go, why it's going here, and why your stop will go up here. And also why you're taking the trade in the first place. Let's go to... G-CAD, was it? Oof. So this was another one that we marked up where we took out the low. Sorry, we took out the high. Right here. Got money in. Money out doesn't occur till here. So you'd be looking for that as the point for price to sell from. Really clean move, but unless it comes back, it holds no purpose for us, right? Going on, Mark? Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Just wondering if the account for your bot will be spread betting. What, so it will have spread? I hate I hate that word, spread betting. Well, there will be some form of spread, but it will be very minor. It will be no more than the spread on like an intermediate account with a standard broker. The reason I hate that that word spread betting is because it always makes me think of like sports betting, which essentially is just gambling. But yeah, I mean, it will probably have some spread, but we're working on hourly basis, so it will be so minor. Now, the reason why is because if we don't have spread, then the clients will end up paying for the commission, which will mean you're going to have more of a loss for commission. Whereas if you have a small amount of spread and no commissions, then you're going to just ultimately lose a little tiny bit of money off of your spread size, but it's not going to be enough to change like the trade itself. And it just saves some of the bigger clients. Let's just say you're opening 10 lots. If you're using a zero spread, you're going to be paying through the arse for commissions. And then if you end up losing, you're paying commissions on top of the loss or on top of your win. Whereas with spread, the spread is your charge. So it works out a lot better. Tax-free, yes. So any account that has any kind of spread will be classed as tax-free. Yeah, as long as it's not a raw zero spread account, then yeah, it'd be classed as a spread betting account. But what I'm doing is I'm working with a broker at the moment that I've got pretty good connections with the clientele manager, and he was like, we can just cater it to whatever works best for you, whatever you want. So if you want a small spread, so you're still within that spread realm, but you also want it a tight spread, so you're not actually going to be compromising your position, then we can do that, which works great, rather than having a default. This is what you have with a. But yeah, it will still be under that umbrella of spread betting, if you were. But the broker that we're looking at the moment, I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say any names, but there are a couple of brokers on the table. We were initially looking at Vantage, but Vantage isn't necessarily that great. So the account that we're looking to get started with, they have like settings that you can adjust. So let's say our bot account is a 1% risk account. You will be completely unique to the amount of risk that you want. So each person that is connected to that account will be able to adjust their risk. So you're not locked into what we do, you have to do. They will have all of the extras and all of the good stuff that you'd expect. So, because we've got major liquid to the left, right? Major liquid to the left, there is a chance that this 15-minute space here could deliver a bullish push and possibly push us back up towards some of the hourly structural highs. Like so. No, only some brokers offer spread betting. As far as I'm aware, if your account has a spread, it comes under the realm of a spread betting. A spread betting taxation, if you were. It's only tax-free under the realm of capital gains. You gain too much, you have to pay tax on it. That's why they're good accounts, because you can just leave X amount in there and take out what you can take out without getting charged tax. And that's just what I've done with my own personal funds when I was withdrawing my personal funds. Instead of withdrawing like 80k in one go, you can do it in little chunks. Akem, welcome. Gold. Here we go over to gold, my dude. Yeah, so gold, similar scenario. I could highlight this low. Took out the daily low here. Back to the 15. So this point here, there's potential for a counter move from that. It'd be like this, right? Exactly the same as what we showed you yesterday here. Yeah, price taps in, then it pushes high, taking you where? Taking you back to the 4-hour highs, taking it out and selling away. Let me just take this call, guys. I'll be back in 1 second. Yo, I'm back. What's going on, guys? Welcome. Right, so what's this? The call is lasting longer than my last relationship. Yeah, sorry, my dude. It was my dad. You know, I got to answer them calls. I was meant to be going out with him on Friday for a few beers, but I said, why don't we actually just plan and do something? Because he lives in Ashford, I live in Canterbury, and it was like it's a big stretch between us. You know, it's you either got to get like an hour-long train journey to get between both places. So I said, why don't we book something instead, like axe throwing, and make it more worthwhile. So we're doing axe throwing next weekend instead. It should be good. I saw Trump on the golf course with political rivals. Trump teed off. He drove the ball so well that he turned his opponent to saying, "Whatever you're scheming, fair way to go." Very good. I didn't realise you was a comedian. So, right now, I see we got someone new in the chat. What's going on? Right now, we're just looking at potential for a bullish move across here. It's going to take out some of these highs. Could put us back in line with the 4-hour highs that have already been taken out here. So I doubt it, but it's possible. Remember yesterday we spent a lot of the time in consolidation because we had a lot of high impact news in the afternoon. You see, today we have something similar. We got old Powell talking. It's interesting because there's already been talks of Powell standing down, and he pretty much said that he wouldn't. So I don't know how that's going to end up. Probably not well, to be honest. We'll see. So German 40 here. We had low taken out. Money in, money out right here. Price action didn't come back to it, but it's pushing nicely up. Now, if we go back to the daily time frame, this is also a daily low where you're having that push up from here. We're actually going to record a video this afternoon, which we're going to drop over the weekend, so you guys will be able to watch that. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Right, should we get our daily Queens game in? Here we go. Let's get it in. Actually condense it down to make it a little bit smaller. Cool. So easiest way to do this is always start with one side and work your way across. Generally, it's the easiest way to do it. You can kind of rule a few things out. So you know that you're not going to be putting the orange on here and you're not going to be putting the blue on here. The reason for that is because we know this blue is going to fill this whole thing. So we know that this, realistically, is going to be, well, this whole line is going to be reserved for this. All right, so we'll just put it in the middle for now. And then we're going to go to this one, for example. So we know that this and this, we're more likely to see price action. We're more likely to see the placement being on the upper end than we are the lower end. The reason I say that is because we've got a lot of crossover down here. We might be wrong though, so we'll see. We're going to put it here just for now. So that has to be, so you see how that and that, they cross over. So that has to be here because this is taking up that line, this is taking up this line, so it has to use this. That brings this into here, this to here, and go to here. Then we have this, and then we've got one more space to fill, is this, which we've already messed ourselves up because of this. And then there. Gosh, that was an easy one. We done that one quick. That was an easy one. Alright, safe to say the brain is in optimal condition. Optimal condition. So how's everyone doing? Is everyone good? I hope you're all well. God bless, Mark. Take it easy, brother. I know you go. Okay, here we go. We got another here. Half. It. Guess the category. All 5 clues belong to a common category. Guess the category in the clues. Okay, let's see. What we thinking? Path. That's all it says. Map. Meteor. Cardio. Bye. What? Oh, it's not cardio. It's cardi. Not a fucking clue, mate. Ah, this is a shit game. Who let me play this game? What's going on? That's turd. Ay, ay, ay. Right, any requests for pairs? I would happily take a look for you. Go over to Bitcoin 91k. We reached a peak of 93k yesterday. Dogecoin as well is making some great big leaps. XRP as well is just consistently making gains, which is awesome. Gonna check oil here. Euro USD. Sure, I'll take a look at that in a second, my friend. I can pretty much tell you where Euro USD is, to be honest with you. So we were bearish on this, I believe, yeah. Bearish, we took out the low that we were calling to be taken out. Price action took out the low, pushed us higher. This just happens quite a lot when you take out a daily low. The common thing is you come back higher. Now, we've just taken out this high, so there's potential for pricing to sell off from where it is now. Um, Okay, Euro USD. Let's go across the Euro USD. Remember, we're looking for sell off here or sell off from where we are. Okay, just keep that in mind. Go over to Euro. Euro is sitting right now at the base. I know where it is. Yeah, sitting at the base of a move. Pretty sure we took out a daily low, did we not? Yeah, a couple of daily lows. Right there. Didn't quite take that out, but we were close. 15-minute. We run back over to it. We've got the same thing as gold, where we have an area that potentially could deliver us a bullish move. Go back to the 4 hour. The high we have is here. So there is potential for this to come back up towards here and then sell off again. But we're looking for this to go bearish. That's what we're looking for. And you've got to remember that a lot of the time in the live streams, I will talk about ideas of things that are going to happen and they don't play out till the afternoon. So it's something that you've got to remember is a long-term thing. If you want to lower your time frame, that's fine. You want to lower your time frame down and trade it on a lower time frame, all good. But you're going to see a lower hit rate and of course a lot more trades show up, so you have to be a lot more fixed into the charts. I mean, for example, I was showing you the other day that you can use a 5-minute, and you can use a 5-minute and you can trade off of the same principles on the 5-minute. So you could, for example, mark this, like that as well, and you'd use the 1-minute to give you entries based off of what's happening on the 5-minute to 1-minute. So it would give you that as an area to sell from, right? Which may work really nicely and push you down. At the same time, it might fail. So the lower time frames are always going to be not trickier to use. You've just got to be more consistent in the way you trade them. Whereas we know the 15-minute and the hourly gives us a lot longevity on the trade idea itself. So for example, Euro G, if we get the move we're looking for here, that's going to be the expansive move that brings us down to here, which is a fair old move. You know, we're not worried about what it does inside here. It's just we're tracking from this point to this point. So we're capturing the majority of the move rather than jumping in and out on a little move inside of here. We're just catching the majority of the shift. We'll see. We shall see. So yeah, nothing crazy going on Euro right now. Just selling. Still waiting for it to pull back up to the highs. Right, back in 2 seconds, guys. Just go to the toilet quick. Back. So, while I've got you guys here, what do you prefer? Do you prefer longer form content that gives you more insight, but it means it's a longer video? Or do you prefer shorter videos released across a longer period of time? So, for example, 10-minute videos, but I release one a week for a month, let's say. Or a 40-minute video, and I'll release one and let it run for a month. My internet is very slow today, so I do apologise. So I tried that. I tried that new game Off the Grid earlier. Had a couple of games on that. Different, definitely different. Very, very fast pace. That's all I can say. Very fast pace. What's going on, BX Trades? Hope you're well. I'm doing well, thanks, man. Wanted to ask why those liquidity lines are not in the Keep It Simple model. Is it a choice? So, in the Keep It Simple model, what we're showing you is the principle, the core element of what the Keep It Simple theory is, which the theory is based around institute come in to put orders in the market that they are going to sell. These leave spaces. Okay, and then they bring new orders in the trend direction, which we will then capitalize on by highlighting the point where these orders come in, right? But it's all about where do you see this? Because you're going to see this all the time. But it's about the relevance of this. So you can apply relevance in multiple different ways. And if you look at the latest video, which is +1, you can apply it so you'll see this at a 4-hour high, for example. Okay, you'll see a 4-hour high and you'll see the money in, money out, that you can trade that money in. Then when you have a 4-hour high, you could swap that 4-hour high out and say, I'm going to use instead an Asia high. Let's say, all right? Use the Asia high to give the money in, money out relevance. Or I'm going to use a previous order block or money in, money out area, whatever you want. It's all about what it means to you and where are you seeing it. Because some people that I know, some students literally trade it on the basis of this, right? They go down to like the 5 minutes, depends what time frame they trade, and they will literally have a bias in mind, and then they'll trade when they see the imbalances. So if you look at this, right, money in, money out, they will wait for a pullback, so they'll get in like here and they'll sell and they'll aim for that low. Yeah, same thing here, money in, money out, they'll wait for a pullback, so they get in here and then they'll sell. Same thing here, money in, money out, they'll wait for a pullback and they'll sell. So it puts you into a good orientation if you have a bias in place, which we show you how to apply. So yeah, it's all about what works best for you at the end of the day. I like to use the 4-hour highs because I know by probability they're going to give us a good reaction and they're going to give us a longer term reaction. But you can apply it in pretty much any way that you want. That's why I always say we call it the Keep It Simple series, because ultimately it is the simplest thing you can implement on top of any understanding of market, and it's going to give context to what you are seeing, and what what the principle behind it is. So from here, for example, that's the 4 hour. So I know when I see a money in, money out, that there's a high probability we're going to continue to sell from that move. Same thing happens on the daily. When you take out a daily low, daily high, you see a money in, money out, high probability it's going to react and continue reacting. And then why do I use these? Well, think about any trend, right? What is at the base of this? Liquid. Yeah. What's at this high? Liquid. Now, when we're looking at a bias time frame, we know that these highs are strong points of liquidity. So a short-term move from here to continue that push is likely. And very often it pushes us into structural points that we will continue to buy from in the overall order flow. And because you've got to look at it like this. If structure, this is something a lot of people forget. It's okay if you want to learn structure and breaks of structure and all this kind of stuff, order blocks, but it's all a side effect. It's all the side effect of the markets moving to an area banks are willing to execute orders. Prices that's why they call it discount and premium, because they have clientele, price is moving up, their client rings them. It's the client calling. I need you to transfer me, or I need you to convert me, let's say 3 billion, right? But I'm not willing to have it converted above a price of, let's say here, right, 425. I'm only willing to pay sub 425 for this. Okay, cool. So the banks with their big lumps of money, they say, right, let's drop this market down a little bit. So let's sell off some of our US euro dollars, for example, cause the market to drop off to a point that they know they can execute a position for their clientele at a price that the client's willing to pay. When they do, the market pushes back up and they close out their previous orders at break even when they get to that point, meaning that their clients get a good position, they make good commission on it, everyone's happy. Sometimes the banks even take a loss because they make more in commission anyway. That's why the market does what it does. It's not algorithmically deploying, it's being deployed by the want of a low price for a buying side of the market and the want of a high price for a selling side of the market. That's why when you get to a daily low, which is a substantially lower price than previous, you see a push up because people are willing to pay that price for a conversion of liquidity. And that is what's happening. So when we got up to this high here, so you think the market's been selling off, right? Selling off. And there's been, let's say, 5+ big clients that want to convert 5 billion each. But they're not willing to sell their asset and convert $5 billion or whatever, it doesn't matter about the currency. They're not willing to do that at anything other than above this price here, which is 83400. So the second it gets above that, people say, yep, I'll sell that now. And you get that sell. That's why when you see the confluence of money in, money out, you can almost confirm to yourself that the banks are converting limits here. They're prepared to invest at this point. Okay. What you just said, all in the 5-minute time frame, seems to work well too. Is it risky to disregard the intermediary time frame following the keep it simple model? Yes and no. Yes and no. And the reason I say yes and no is because the keep it simple model is one of these models where you can apply it to a time frame and it will work beautifully. Apply it to another time frame and it's just going to give you all sorts of backwards, indications. So I always say this. Work out what time frame you want to trade. So high time frame, mid-level or low. where you can go like really low, but we're just going to talk about these three at the moment. With a higher time frame, okay, take your lowest time frame you're willing to trade. So for example, your lowest time frame would be, let's say, 4 hour. Okay. So you need to make sure you have a fair amount of space between your entry time frame and your biasing time frame. And then you find a time frame in the middle that is going to give your entry time frame confluence. So for example, here you'd use, let's say, weekly, and then you'd use the daily as your confirmation point. So if we just refer to that in actual pricing, let's go weekly. Okay, so let's just rewind here. We'll go weekly. So our bias is up. Okay, so we know that the weekly has provided our bias. Awesome. We go down to the daily for our points of interest. So we've got 1 point of interest here, and then we'll trade on the 4 hour if something comes up for us at that point. Okay. Nothing. Okay, there's an area here. Following the risk system that you would put in place, whatever it is, you would expect pricing to react from here to go higher, and you'd have targets set based off of the time frame you're trading. Knowing that by probability, not every trade is going to win. I think I done 9 months testing just 2 time frames, testing the daily and the 1 hour. And it was around 60%, 50%. So half the trades you take aren't going to work. So let's see, does it react from here? Okay, so nice reaction. Looks like fundamentals. Definitely fundamentals. Remember, your stop loss would probably be down here. Okay, so pretty reasonable. I would say you hit your first target, which is here. Okay, so nice reaction. And that's using the 4 hours as your lowest time frame. So always make sure you have that principle in place. I wouldn't say it's dangerous to disregard, because you can literally use weekly as your bias. So bullish, go to the daily and wait for a bearish to bullish money movement. So bearish, bullish, and then you apply the same thing. And you'd look for a buy move out of here. Again, it's not always going to work. In this case, it didn't work. That's fine. Until your bias changes, you do the same thing, because you're looking for money in, money out. So it's always about knowing the probability behind it, rather than, rather than jumping in feet first and saying, oh, this should work or it's going to work. It's always know what the probability is. So like that. See how we had a bias of bullish for the weekly? We had the first area, didn't work. Second area, price tapped in, shot up. Beautiful. So you'd be targeting these highs, and you'd be hitting those targets, right? So it's not about any point of it being dangerous. It's about context and probability. So let's say you were using weekly as your bias and as your point of confirmation. You swept a weekly low, you got that daily zone. You'd buy from there and price goes bullish. Cool. Does it run high? It does. Runs beautifully. That's beautiful. Make sure your weekly is still bias long, which it is, and we can continue to do the same thing. So money out, money in. If you're still willing to buy from this level here, you can do the same thing, targeting the high. Let's see if it taps in and goes long, or if it sells off. Sells off. So that one didn't work, that one did. So again, that is a great example of -1, +3, -1. So you'd come out with a +1 overall. Again, that's just an example of Euro GBP weekly to daily. There's going to be time frames that mesh better together. It's always going to be down to what suits you best. Trading is a super personal thing, so always have it what works for you. Did I just delete all of my... I think I just deleted all of my stuff. Oh no, we're miles away. Good. Of course, dude. No problems at all. No problems. So today we hit a pretty impressive milestone. We have hit at Pip Surfing Society. We have hit 2.98k. So we're literally 20 subscribers away from being 3k, which is our goal for the end of the year. So if we can get to that goal, then that is awesome. Thanks a lot. Of course, dude. Honestly, it's no problem at all. The only thing I ask for anyone that's taking any value away from this now is that you comment on the videos, you share it with your friends, post it on your Instagram story, whatever you want to do. Just help us reach more people like you so we can help more people. That's the main thing. That is the main thing. That's the only thing I ask. Just support us and help us grow so more people can learn and improve the same way you are. Is there 500k? I honestly would love to have 500k. I mean, if we can hit 5k, 10k, I'll be happy with that. Like, that's insane in itself. I appreciate it, dude. I really do appreciate it. I mean, that's the difference, though, because if those 5 people watch it and they go, oh, this is actually really cool, I enjoy this, and they give it to their friends and so on, it becomes a big cascading effect. And the main thing I've always said is word of mouth is the biggest source of growth. It really is. You can pay for all the adverts in the world. You can pay for, YouTube to promote your videos. You can pay for Instagram to promote your videos. But the people that are really gonna, or not the people, but the point you're really going to see growth from is the people that learn and you help. They're the ones that are really going to help you grow. Got to start somewhere. That's it, man. Compound interest. Compound interest. Well, to be honest, I think once the bot gets running, we're going to see some crazy growth. I mean, I might be wrong, but I really think once the bot gets going and we start getting some traction with that, I think we're really going to see a big improvement just in general, because if you think at the moment we only offer education, so unless you want to learn to trade yourself, other people aren't interested. So the second we get the bot involved, all the people that don't want to learn to trade themselves, they have something then to be excited about. And I think some people have got into it, and said, oh, this is not for me. So again, they're going to be satisfied and happy because they're going to have something they can use that keeps them in the trading industry. I appreciate it, man. I wish you all the best as well. Can you elaborate? Yeah, sure, yeah. So, Pip Surfing Society bot is coming. The name of the bot is Orion. It's called Orion because Orion's belt is perfectly aligned, and this bot is going to be perfectly aligned with the market. Now, it's not a crazy 20 million % returns bot, but we've done the preliminary tests for it, and I will show you the results right now. preliminary tests for this bot have been way above average for any kind of executional automated bot, and we are in the first few stages of having it built. So these are the statistics here for you. By the way, if you look in the chat, you can see there is join our EA trading bot shortlist. If you join that shortlist, you'll gain an exclusive launch discount on the bot, so the pricing to join will be cheaper, and you'll be entered into a giveaway to potentially win access to the bot for completely free. So these are the two preliminary tests, both taken across the same amount of time. Both on different pairs, okay? So one's on Euro and one's on GBP. So you can see 80 days processed, 76 days processed. The reason why they're slightly different in the days is because one of them has, I believe, a bank holiday included and the other one doesn't. So it ended up being a Friday and a Monday. But obviously you're not trading the bank holidays, so it's not really a big difference. But you'll notice something. Look at the amount of trades, 21 and 22. So you can see that we had here max drawdown of 5.27%, max drawdown of 12.5%. Now 12.5% probably seems like a lot, but when you're trading your own capital, that is not really a lot. 12% drawdown isn't a lot. And we made 12.3% return. On this side, we made 11.79. So also these bots are trading across the same time frame. So the chances of you incurring that amount of drawdown is very unlikely because you're gaining profits with the other currencies. So add these two results together. It'd be 23, it'd be 24% in total. And this is for them both running at 1% risk. Understanding this is done on a 10k account. So the actual net profit was £1,200 and here it was £1,100. So together you'd be making around 2,000-ish. After commissions and costs like that. But these are the preliminary tests, and I'll show you the actual orders for these. So let's just put these over here. And it's in development. So it is coming, and I've spoken with a couple of well-renowned brokers and some of their managers, and I've spoke statistics, and the average bot that they have on their platform is making a lot less with a lot higher risk. So this is GBP USD. Now, you may look at this and think, well, there's 27 trades here, but there's only, 22 trades here and 21 trades here. Well, it counts trades that aren't executed if you see 000. But you can see the date we're testing is 2022, so we're testing a random point in price. And you can see over here, this is with a zero commission basis. That's why I was saying before we're doing it more on a spread basis than a commission basis. So here you can see this is the test where we only stuck to 3R. So the largest amount you could win would be 3R on your trade. Initial deposit, and then you can see all the trades here. So some of them are break even, and the break even will occur during news. And you can see it's really, really good results, pretty consistent, which is nice. And then if we go across to this one, which is This is the other one. This is euro. It's a bit blurry, so I apologize. But you can see again, initial deposit. Then you go loss, loss. Hang on a minute. Why is that minus 173? Just noticed that's incorrect. So we've actually taken a bigger loss there than we should have. Because if you notice how all the rest of the losses are in comparison to the lot size, that's a lot larger than it should be. So I'm not sure why that loss is so big. So we would actually have made slightly bit more profit on this test, but that's fine. This is why we do these preliminary tests, because the bot has obviously calculated something wrong here. But again, you can see the same thing. This is not set on a 3R limit. This is set on a variable TP, so you can see some of them are larger. That's like an 8% gain. That's a 4.5%. So yeah, really good results. But we're going to make a Discord channel for this bot. I'm just at the moment so overwhelmed with stuff, just in general stuff in life. It's really hard for me to actually nail down any solid time for it. So I will be posting a channel for that, so you can have a look if you're not in the Discord. Links down below for the Discord. But yeah, that's the bot. It's going to be automatic. It's going to trade for you. It's going to run on multiple pairs. So let's just average it out to 5% profit a month. Average. Even if you put it to 3% average per month, and then you run it across 4 pairs, you're still talking 12% gain across the space of a month. Which is pretty good, right? We're going to set up a PSS account, and we're going to let Orion do its thing. And the reason we went with the name Orion is because it goes in line with what we have already, which is Gemini. Gemini being our executional indicator, which tells you points to execute at. Not automatic though. It's not a trading bot. It gives you points to execute at. It's a trigger system. Right, so we're an hour and 20 minutes in. Right, so another couple minutes, guys, and then we're going to wrap things up, I think. I'm going to grab some lunch. Oh, it's a bullish gap. We don't need that as an alert. Don't know why that's still set. Get that off. Stopped Euro USD. Yeah, we've got that. Cool. That's what we would. Yeah, if anyone wants to know any more information about the bot, you can find that information in the Discord. You just simply ask a question. Going on Akram? How you doing, brother? Hope you're good. I'm doing well, my man. I'm just getting ready to shut the stream down. So another few minutes. Gold plan yesterday was spot on. Yeah, I know, man. It was clean, wasn't it? That was clean. And German 40 as well. Yeah, clean, wasn't it? Straight from here, take out the highs, sell away. Beautiful. And the EU and GU long, yeah. Down here and down here. Yeah, clean, dude. Really clean. So yeah, really good. Don't forget to post in the server. It helps other people stay motivated. Right, I think we're going to wrap it up around here. I think so. Going to record a video in the Discord this afternoon. So I appreciate everyone that's joined the stream. Appreciate everyone that's been communicating, all the love, all of the comments on the video, all the likes on the video. Remember, all the love is always welcomed here. We appreciate everything that you guys do just as much as you appreciate what we do for you. So it really does mean a lot. Of course, Akram, no problem, my man. I'll catch everyone in the Discord or in tomorrow's live stream. Have an amazing rest of your day, guys. And remember, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Peace out.